Video, and today would be the day that you learn more about your iPad that you probably would ever learn. Now, if you just got an iPad or wondering what you can do with the iPad, or you know a lot about the iPad but you just want to learn more, there's always stuff that you can learn on the iPad. Now, if you just got your iPad, it will come with 20 apps that you cannot delete. The apps are, I think, all on the screen except Google and Chrome, which I installed myself. Now, let's get to the important apps, which I think are the most important. My favorite apps that they come with is Game Center, FaceTime, and the App Store. The App Store, I think, is the most important because you got an iPad to get apps and download it. Now, when you get your iPad or iPhone, anything, you need to you need to get an Apple ID. And what the Apple ID allows you to install apps. If it asks for your credit card and you didn't want to put your credit card on it, and you can always change that by going to the settings and going to the iTunes and App Stores and disabling your credit card. But how would you get money to buy for apps if you wanted to buy apps? Just get a iTunes gift card and go to the App Store and just put it in. Now, let's say you want to install an app. You go to your App Store, and the best app that I would recommend installing first is probably Google or YouTube. YouTube is a good app, and I already installed it. You just click the install button. It'll ask for your Apple ID password, and type it in. The Apple ID password consists of up to 8 characters, at least 8 characters, at least a capital letter, and at least one number. Now, you just click the install button, and it will install it. I have YouTube, and I installed it. Now, this is where you can find videos. Also, you have the Game Center. Game Center allows you to connect with your friends by playing games and challenging them. But, you have to make a separate account. I recommend using your Apple ID password for your Game Center account, because the Game Center account has the same terms for your password. It still has to consist of at least 8 characters, at least a capital letter, and at least one number. So just use your Apple ID password for your Game Center, and don't tell anybody your Apple ID password or your Game Center. So now, if you have kids, they will like this, so they can save their high scores and show it to their friends, which they have on Game Center. If you're a kid, you'll also like this. No credit card not needed. You can make this by yourself. Now, the App Store, just install apps. And now I like FaceTime. FaceTime allows you to connect with your friends like Skype, but kind of different. It's the iPad iPhone version of Skype. Just you call their number, and they have to have FaceTime, which they do because it comes with it, and you cannot delete FaceTime. So you just have to get FaceTime, sign in with your Apple ID password, and they'll go through all these steps and call the number that you want to FaceTime with, and you will be able to see their face and talk to them like Skype. Skype is you can also download Skype. And I really don't need Skype because there's FaceTime. But if you really like Skype, download it. It's free, I think. Yeah, it is free. And that's it. But now let's go to, let's say you're from a different country, and you know English, but that's not your first language. You can change that so you can have a keyboard like mine which is Russian. See, it's all Russian letters. Change that, and you change that by going to settings, clicking on settings, and going to general. And general is, you'll find if you scroll like that, you'll find general looks like the settings. It should automatically come up to you, but if it doesn't, it's okay. Find it. Also, scroll down on the big screen and you'll see keyboard. Click keyboard and you'll come up with all of these. Enable caps lock, shortcut, check spelling, autocorrect, auto capitalization. If you're writing like a fantasy book, if you want to, on notes, and notes allows you to write stuff, and write stuff in stories. And if you want to like write fantasy with all that cool, really cool, whatchamacallit, words and stuff that there isn't in the dictionary, just make autocorrection off, just like that. Now click the keyboards. You'll see keyboards under keyboard, and now I already have 2 keyboards set up. I can add a new keyboard, or I can delete a new keyboard by going edit and pressing that minus button. But I don't want to delete a new keyboard. Now, you have a Gmail, or you have your emails set up for your mail. That also should be when you set up your iPad. Go to mail and you will see all the emails that you get. It's pretty easier than the computer. Also, if you didn't know this, which people didn't know like maybe 2 weeks ago, because the new update just came out for the iPad. Everything has changed, and I'm sorry I don't have any pictures of it or anything like that, but everything has changed. The App Store, it looks different. The App Store looks different, and whatchamacallit, and there's one thing that you probably have not yet known. Siri is on the iPad, and it's on the iPad, and if you want to know how to use it, just hold that right next to your cam. If you know where your camera is, it's on the sides of your iPad, or if you're looking at it from top to bottom, it's on the bottom of your camera. So if you hold that button right where the mail and stuff is, if you're holding it like this, it's on the bottom. I think you guys should know that, but if you don't, I'm just clearing that up. Also, if you want to delete an app, just hold on the app that you want to delete. Let's say I want to delete, let's say Google. I'm not actually going to delete it. I love you, Google, but just hold on it, click and hold. You can drag it anywhere. Just click that X button, and it will delete it. Let's say you want to make a folder like this, so it doesn't get all crammy like this, and you don't want that many pages. Click and hold, and then you can drag it where you want. Drag it on top of something, so you can make a folder. But let's say I want to make a folder of, there's this brand, just you have to get it right on top of it. So it makes a folder like that, and let's just do whatever strategy. I'll just do games 2. Now, when you install apps, it will have a load-up bar, and what the load-up bar does, is it tells you when the apps are finished loading. The more apps you have, the more longer it's going to take. So, say I want to delete this app because I don't play it anymore. Just click the X and delete. And let's just remove it from the leaderboards of Game Center. Now, also, you can download this app called iBooks, and iBooks allows you to buy books. It allows you to buy books and transfer books from PDF format to the iBooks, and so you can read it. Now, I've gotten this. Starbucks has like this weekly thing, and they give away free stuff on iTunes. And one day they gave away this nice book, Artemis Fowl, and you can read it, and it's pretty nice. And I think that if you really, and now let's get back to the settings. You can, if you want to go back to keyboard, this cool thing, if you really like, it's split keyboard. I don't like it. And if you pay attention, my keyboard right now is normal. But if you go to keyboard and you do split keyboard on, it will split the keyboard like that. I really don't like it. It's just uncomfortable. So turn that off. Shortcuts. I don't know what that is. I really have no idea. Now you can change the brightness in wallpaper. If it's dark, you might want to change the brightness lower. Because if it's dark, you might want to change the brightness lower, just because so it won't bother your eyes that much. I don't like it that bright. I like it usually like this, so it looks good on the eyes. Now you have your apps if you go all the way back, and you can change stuff from your apps. Let's say you want to change the music volume, you can change sound volume, and you can update the apps, like change the notifications. And notifications allow you, let's say you're playing a game, and the game says, oh, something has finished cooking, for example. It will say that, and you will be notified that something has finished cooking. Let's say, I don't know, Fruit Ninja. No, it's not a good example. Blitz. You need your award, just for example. Like, these are my notifications. Blitz. Only 2 days left in Week's tournament, which I have not played in like 5 years, this Blitz game. But I got it free at Starbucks, so why not just keep it? How you get your notifications is you go to the top of your screen and scroll like that, just down. Like, boom, and you'll see it all. Click the X to delete it. Clear. And it'll become shorter. Now, if you want the notifications to go away, or if you don't want them to be all in the first place, just click Don't Allow Notifications when you install the app. Or you can go to Settings and Local Notifications on or off. I think that covers it. So, thank you guys for watching. And I think